All right, you guys. So if you don't know, my name is Adrian, AD for short, and the name of the channel is AD Do It All Day, because that's how I do it all day. So today we are going to be reviewing Luke Skywalker in 3 different scales. If you guys are new to the channel, what I like to do to kind of switch things up, because you're going to see like a million reviews on this guy and like a million reviews on this guy and a few or a couple of reviews on this guy. I don't know how many people collect the 5 POAs nowadays. So here we are. So again, we're going to look at Old Man Luke in his mini scale. So we are going to take a look at that today. I like to do things a little different because you're going to see a bunch of reviews very similar on each one of these guys. Why not combine them all together and have a little fun? So let's get started with our Hot Toys 1/6 scale version of Luke Skywalker, Old Man Luke, or Jedi Master Luke, depending on how you want to label him. We will stick with Jedi Master Luke because he is Jedi Master, and I think that's how the Star Wars group is referring to him nowadays as a Jedi Master. So here is Jedi Master Luke in his 1/6 scale Hot Toys box. So as always, very good detail on the outside of the box, depicting the figure itself with his mechanical hand. Very, very cool. Can't wait to pop him out of the box. So our standard, getting a look at the side of the box here, just your normal standard 2-tone colors, Star Wars logo, Luke Skywalker Masterpiece Series 390 for those who are into the serial numbers on these guys. And then here, guys, is a look at the back of the box and all of the information on the box. And I'm going to pull it closer so you guys can read all of that information. I don't want to lose any of it. If you want to read it, please pause the video and take a look at it. But there it is. And then, of course, we spin the box over on its side, normal 2-tone color, and then back over to Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master on the front. So very cool there. Now we're going to get a look at the Black Series box and get a spin on that. And guys, forgive me. I'm going to do my best to eliminate the glare, but there's a lot of glare in this office, so I apologize. There we go. So there is your Luke Skywalker Black Series 6-inch scale. Very cool. This one is depicted with the black glove on his hand and not the mechanical hand. So do note the differences with the different scales and different makers of this figure. Everyone has their own interpretation of this version of Jedi Master Luke. And spinning the box around, we got some information there on Luke. There it is, guys. If you want to read it, please pause the video and do so. And then, of course, if you are, again, those who are into the series numbers on these guys, this is number 46, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. So there he is in his 6-inch scale. And then last but never least, in the 5 POA is our Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Now, unfortunately, I see that some people are picking up the 3 1/4 size Black Series version of Luke Skywalker Jedi Master. I haven't been able to find that one as of yet. Otherwise, I would have included it most definitely in this review. So getting a look at the carded 3 1/4 size Luke Skywalker. There he is, looking very grizzly, very cool. Not a bad. I really have to give Hasbro props on their face sculpts on not only the 6-inch, but the Black Series versions, but the 5 POA versions of these guys. look absolutely awesome. I mean, that is a very good head sculpt for a 5 POA, 3¼ size figure. So that's pretty cool. And then the side of the box, you have the Force Link, Luke depicting how you would use it, and again the Force Link with Luke and demonstrating how you would use it on the back side. And then of course we are back to the front with Luke. So there it is, guys. So we're gonna get each one of these guys out of their boxes, get a look at them, and then of course this is the main focus of this review, guys. But I thought it'd be fun to include these two right here. So let's get a look at them out of the box. So with the Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures, you always get very nice inside box art. They always give you a nice little cover for your figure. And this is no different in this particular case. Awesome picture here with Luke here on the island of Ahch-To. If hopefully I have that correct there. So awesome picture again with the mechanical hand, scenery in the background, and then it kind of bleeds, fades away towards the bottom. So very cool box art, and again, Hot Toys always does an excellent job of including this type of art with your figures. So right, guys, so to quickly go over the contents of the box, of course you have your figure here. There it is, the open hand and closed fist mechanical hand, and then he has one there. I can't quite make it out because it's still in the plastic, if it's a closed or open fist or what type of position. And then of course for his good hand, his human hand, you have the kind of the Force 2-finger pose there, which is really Obi-Wan's pose, and they've kind of adopted it for all of the figures to give them that's to, I guess, to show that they're using the Force. Looks like there's a closed fist hand there, and then there is another open hand fist there as well. So to round everything out, you have your stand here, the holder, and then you have a couple of pegs there for the hand. Right, you guys. So we have our 1/6 scale Luke Skywalker Jedi Master out of the box, looking all nice and tight and good. I really love this figure out of the box, guys. I can tell you that right now. Very poseable figure. Excellent detail. I mean, I wish, and I'm gonna try and get as close a shot of this figure as I can, but I can tell you right now, the camera's not going to do this figure justice with the detail. You have to see this in person. So if you get an opportunity to get one of these, or if you have a friend that has one, get a close-up look at it, because guys, the detail on this is excellent. And this is what makes Hot Toys figures so much worth the money, because it's not so much that the scale, even though I love large scale figures, but it's the detail, the attention to detail, the hair color on this figure, the certain strands that they have towards the back of Luke's hair, which is slightly out of place from the rest of the strands of his hair. The subtle detail with the little bane hanging off of his hair right there. The subtlety of the gray, the mixture of gray in his beard. Just excellent detail on this figure out of the box, guys. I mean, I barely put him in that pose. That's the only thing I've done with this figure. I haven't even fully looked him over yet. So this is his normal stand, the normal stand that you would get with these figures, and let me move that hand. Obviously at the bottom there it says Star Wars Luke Skywalker there at the bottom, standard for your Hot Toys and Sideshow figures as well. You have your two different mechanical hands here, and I want to get you guys a very good close-up of that. Bear with me for just a moment. So there is his mechanical hand, and look at the detail on it, guys. Again, the camera is probably not going to do it justice, but I can tell you there is weathering on this hand. It looks metal. It's just very detailed. The little it's like steampunk almost how this thing looks here. So it's really awesome detail on this mechanical hand here. And we're going to get a look at the open hand pose for the mechanical hand. And there it is, looking like something out of Terminator 3 or something. Terminator 2, we don't want to go 3. We want to go Terminator 2, the good one. So awesome looking mechanical hand. Again, if you look at the bottom, and I hope it's coming through on the camera, again, it's probably not doing it justice, but it's got that steampunk look to it. So very cool, very awesome, metal looking in the hand. So very awesome look for those two different poses for the mechanical hand. And then here for his human hand, we have again the 2-finger pose there. I kind of call that the Obi-Wan pose, and you know, Obi-Wan's doing the 2 fingers. So there it is for his human hand. And then of course we also have his closed fist hand there as well. So here are those 2 items right there. So getting a look at the additional base stand is absolutely beautiful, and a little piece of Octu right there. Maybe if I can get me a couple of porgs. I have a couple of porgs with my 3 1/4 5 POA Chewy. So maybe at some point I'll be able to stick those porgs up here with Luke and really get that Octu feel for this particular set right here. So very awesome. And we're gonna get Luke standing on that in just a little bit. But I want to obviously get you guys a good look at the figure itself. So let's pull him a little bit closer. And as you can see, very tall, 1/6 scale figure, guys. So it's gonna be hard to keep him in the shot and get him close enough so you guys can see. But I mean, look at the face sculpt on this figure. If you're just now getting into Hot Toys, or if you seen the Hot Toys but you want to know what the buzz is about and why people pay so much for these figures, look at the face sculpt on this figure and tell me if that is not old man Luke right there. If that is not straight out of The Force Awakens, I don't know what is. This is an excellent figure. My God, I really love this figure, guys. He is so awesome. I could talk about him all day. So obviously he comes with his cape here, looking super awesome. I decided to put him in the pose that we remember last seeing him in, pulling the hoodie off of his head as Rey is handing him the lightsaber. Interesting note here. This figure does not come with a lightsaber, nor does he come with a lightsaber hilt. So if you guys are wondering, there is no hilt for the green lightsaber that we are all hoping and praying that Luke is going to whip out in the Last Jedi movie. But I mean, I would say it's a 99.9% chance that he's going to whip that blade out, and we are going to get a chance to see it. But this figure does not come with a hilt at all, so do be aware of that. So the cape itself, the cape and hood itself, or cloak and hood I should say itself, actually is removable, but there are little pieces right in here that magnetize to his shoulders. So that's how you actually get the cape to stay on him, because it's magnetized to his shoulders. And of course that is stated in the directions, and I'm gonna get the directions there up there for you. So again, as you can see, it is magnetized and sticks to the figure. And then of course, this is a little warning here. You don't want to put any heat or sharp objects next to this figure, because it is Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, and if you screw this figure up, they're not going to be making too much more for you to go ahead and buy another one. So you better take care of this figure right here. So totally awesome. I'm going to take his cape off so we can get a good look at his overall tunic and everything, and see how it looks, because we haven't actually seen that yet in the movie. So getting a look at his belt, very cool belt buckle, has a little side pouch there, super awesome. Getting a good look at that pouch. I'm gonna put his hands down. It looks like he's being arrested, and we don't want Luke being arrested. Of course, but we don't know why we have that police officer from Canto Bight there. So maybe Luke will be getting arrested in The Last Jedi. I don't know. So getting a look underneath the tunic at his pants there, guys. So there, he is wearing pants, guys. He is not the Emperor who is totally nude under his tunic. If you guys know what I'm talking about, yeah, you collectors who have the sideshow and sideshow version of the Emperor, I believe, does not come with any undergarment under his tunic. Very nice tunic here on Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Very, very cool figure. Very good articulation, normal articulation with this figure. Lots of range of movement with the arms. You can pretty much put him in any natural pose that you so choose to do. So that is awesome and normal for our Hot Toys figures. And then of course in the legs, you're gonna get really good knee bend there. Very, very good knee bend. Give me 1 second. And then goes out about that far. Not quite all the way up, but pretty good. Pretty good articulation. There is a rocker there. Slight rocker so you can adjust the feet as needed. And then there is an up and down. Oops, I'm trying to do it without bending his knee. So there is a slight up and down for the heel to get him in certain positions. So very, very cool articulation as always with your Hot Toys figures. You can just about put him in any pose that you so wish to do. And of course they stand very, very well on their own for the most part. So that is not any different here with our Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. So there is our 1/6 scale Luke Skywalker Jedi Master. So let's get him all set up and looking all Octo-ish. And we're going to get his little brothers over here and do a little comparison for these. All right, you guys, so we have all of our Jedi Master Luke Skywalker out of their packages. And I really have to say I am impressed with each scale of this figure. I think they did a really, really nice job, especially Hot Toys, obviously, but that's what you pay the money for Hot Toys. So I'm very, very satisfied with the Hot Toys. I love that pose right there for Luke right there, kind of doing the Force right there. So very, very cool. Awesome Hot Toys figure. And Black Series version is very nice as well, and we're going to get you guys a closer look at the Black Series and the 5 POA version of Luke Skywalker. Again, I haven't had an opportunity to get the 3 1/4 Black Series version of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. I know he is out there, but I have not been able to find him in the wild as of yet. But when I do, I will be reviewing him as well. So getting a look at, starting with the face sculpt on each one of these guys. Obviously, I'm very, very happy with the Hot Toys version face sculpt. I think it looks exactly like Mark Hamill. Awesome work there by Hot Toys. Hasbro, I think, did okay. They kind of have Luke looking a little elderly, I should say. Looks like he's not capable of wielding a lightsaber at this point. He just looks a little feeble to me in the 6/8 version. And one of the other things that I noticed pulling him out of the package, not a lot of articulation with the head. I mean, barely any movement at all, because I'm trying to get him to look upward, because I feel like he's hunched over a bit and there's not a lot. And then even for the ab crunch, there is not any ab crunch at all on this Luke. I understand that he's not going to be doing too many action poses in this particular outfit because he hasn't. The only thing we see him do is take his hood off in The Force Awakens. But I mean, there is no art, there is no ab crunch on this figure at all. But of course, you get a good range of motion in the arms, as always, with your Black Series figures, 6-inch figures. So very, very good. They did give you a lot of plastic molding on this figure. All of this is plastic molding over the tunic is completely plastic molding, as you guys can see. Underneath the tunic, you have very good articulation. As you can see, the legs, the feet move very, very well. Actually, a lot better than the Hot Toys figure. So you get very good articulation there. That foot is kind of stiff a bit. And then of course your knees, the knee bend. You get a very good knee bend there. Very, very cool. Very good articulation. And then he goes out about that far. Not quite as good as the Hot Toys, but not too bad. I wish he could go up a little bit further, but that's about as good as you're gonna get as far as pulling the legs out. And there is a rocker, obviously, so you can rock the ankles back and forth as needed. So very, very cool. Very, very cool figure. And then, of course, they give you his cloak and hood are very soft goods. I am a sucker for soft goods when it comes to my figures, so this is absolutely cool and very much appreciated. And of course, you can pose him with the hood on or off if need be. So very, very cool. Love this figure for the 6-inch scale. My only complaints is maybe they just have him looking a bit more feeble than what he really is. I like how Hot Toys depicted him, not quite this old man, but a much older Luke. I think they kind of hit it on the nail. I think with the 6-inch line, they just they aged him a bit much in the face sculpt, just in my opinion. I think here he has the right amount of gray, and here he has way too much gray. And then almost the same thing here with the 3 1/4 5 POA version, just to give you guys a good look at the whole figure itself. It comes with his cloak, and it does have the hood on the back, but the hood is not functional. It is just plastic molding. The cape itself is plastic molding that does come off, as you guys can see. And let me get him in the full shot. I'm going to move him over. Sorry about that, guys. So the plastic cape does come off, but it is molded. As you can see, stands on its own there. And this is your figure out of the box, and I want to get them in the frame, guys, so I apologize. But you know, it's 5 POA, so you're not going to get any good articulation with this guy. You're basically using him to put on your, if you have any aircrafts or anything like that. This is the Luke that you're probably going to use for that scale, your 3 1/4 size scale aircraft. So with this particular face scope, and I'm going to put him right next to his bigger brother there. I think they did a bit better job with this face sculpt, but again, there is, I think, too much gray on this particular figure. I think he looks a little bit older than he should, but you don't get these figures, the $20 figure, or the what is this, 11, 10 bucks, 14 bucks figure. No, actually about 7, 8 bucks figure. You don't buy these guys for the face sculpts, unfortunately. You just don't. So it's not a big deal that there's a bit much gray on these guys. It's not that big of a deal, but as far as accuracy is concerned, I think Hot Toys nailed it. And the Hasbro versions are just off a bit, but it's not a big deal. So very, very cool figures, very nice. Love all 3 of these figures. They most definitely, all 3 will get much use here. And then also with the 6-inch and the 3 1/4 5 POA Luke Skywalker Jedi Master, for the exception of the cape, you get no other accessories with these figures, unfortunately. There, all 3 of the figures are awesome. I love these guys, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please put that down below. Please like and subscribe if you have not done so already. And from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.